Hello, today is Friday, December 12th, 2025. So December is 12th. So today is also 12th day of the December. So it's 12/12, right? Back in 1979, there was a military coup on this day by then General Chun, who died about 4 years ago. He became the president after the coup. So Korea has very sad history recently. Today we are going to learn about this BAF coming from White House. This article is prepared by independent.co.uk, and the title is White House Caught Flat-Footed when asked how billionaire Trump can tell average Americans to limit kids' Christmas gifts. Press Secretary Caroline leavitt also ignored a question on why President Donald Trump has falsely claimed a farm bailout program is funded by tariffs. Farm bailout program, right? Farm bailout program. Farm bailout program is funded by tariffs. Farm bailout program is funded by tariffs. With an estimated net worth between $5 billion and $7 billion and pensioned for quoting every surface in the White House with what he claims to be 18-karat gold leaf paint, President Donald Trump isn't exactly an expert on personal cost cutting. But after the uber-wealthy ex-real estate developer claimed But after the uber-wealthy ex-real estate developer claimed that record-high toy prices caused by his tariffs are just fine because young girls don't need $37 and can make do with 2 or 3 instead, his official spokesperson was left scrambling when asked to defend the eyebrow-raising remarks. Scrambling. Left to seek for scrambling. Left scrambling. Asked about Trump's claim that Americans can give up certain products and limit toy purchases because tariffs have caused prices to go up on the 80% of toys on the U.S. market that are imported from China, White House Press Secretary Caroline leavitt first told reporters that the president's comments were meant as an extortion to buy more expensive American-made ones instead. Extortion, not extortion. Exhort. Maybe you will pay $1 or $2 more, but you will get better quality and you will be supporting your fellow Americans by buying American. And that's what the president was saying, buying American. Buying Korean, right? Buying Korean. But when the Independent pressed her on whether it is appropriate for one of the wealthiest men in the country to be lecturing cash-strapped parents on how many dolls their sons or daughters need to own, Leavitt irately pivoted to recasting Trump's wealth as a positive while ignoring the substance of the question. Ignoring the substance of the question. Pivoted, irately pivoted to recasting Trump's wealth as a positive. Leavitt irately pivoted to recasting Trump's wealth as a positive while ignoring the substance of the question. So is she Jewish? White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt speaks during a press briefing at the White House Thursday, December 11th, 2025 in Washington. Do you think the people in that room in Pennsylvania who the president was speaking to don't know the president's billionaire? I think that's a very well-established fact, she said. Leavitt continued her monologue by claiming that Trump's status as a billionaire was a part and parcel of why voters chose to return him to the White House in last year's election over then Vice President Kamala Harris. Part and parcel of why voters chose to return him to the White House. Actually, I think it's one of the many reasons they re-elected him back to this office, because he is a businessman who understands the economy and knows how to fix it, and he's doing it right now, just like he did in his first term. Despite Trump's claims to have lowered costs of living for Americans since returning to the White House in January, voters are not happy with his performance on affordability issues thus far. According to a recent Gallup poll, only 36% of voters approve of his performance as president, giving him the lowest rating of his second term. A political poll released last week showed 46% of respondents saying the cost of living in America is worse than they can remember at any point, including 37% of voters who pulled levers for Trump last year. Right? Pulled levers. That's a good expression. Pull the levers. So they were happy to drive a truck for Trump by pulling levers, right? Pulling levers. I think that's a British term for supporting Trump. Nearly half of the respondents also said that they blame Trump, not Biden or Harris, for the economy's current condition. But at the same time, Trump continues to tout his own record such as it is. In an interview with Politico this week, he told correspondent Dasha Burns that he gives himself an A+++ when he asked him to grade his own record on the economy thus far. And at the same time, Trump has dismissed Democrats' focus on affordability heading into next year's midterms as a hoax, while claiming that prices are way down and accusing Dems, of having caused the high prices that persists nearly a year into his second term in office. So he's A++++, supporters who pull the levers, right? Pull the levers. Part and parcel. Pull levers. Pull lever means to operate a handle or bar to activate mechanism like opening a door or controlling machinery, or metaphorically to use influence to get a result. Often seen in business, politics, or even voting, the action involves applying force to a lever to cause movement from physically pulling a hoist to the gym exercise of front lever pulls, all based on the physics of levers. Mechanical operation, figurative, metaphorical, to use one's power, influence, or resources to achieve a goal, as in pulling levers in government. Pulling levers in government. Pulling levers in government, right? You influence government officials to get what you want. Pulling levers in government. So part and parcel. Part and parcel is an idiom meaning an essential, integral, or unavoidable component of something, implying it's inseparable from the whole, like a stress being part and parcel of a demanding job, or public attention being part and parcel of being famous. The phrase uses repetition for emphasis, stemming from legal jargon in the 15th century that referred to all of something, land divided into parts and parcels, and entered general use around the 1800s. Meaning and usage: essential element, a basic, necessary part that belongs to something else. Unavoidable feature, a characteristic that comes with an experience and cannot be avoided. Unavoidable feature, part and parcel, essential element, right? Part and parcels of billionaire lifestyle. English and Chinese, to me, is part and parcel of my daily chores, my daily life. They are essential to my survival, essential to my leisure, essential to my upbringing, welfare, and happiness, right? Essential. So Caroline Leavitt, you pull the levers. You should take account of voters who pulled the levers for Trump. The supporters are part and parcel of Trump administration. Leavitt irately pivoted to recasting Trump as a successful billionaire while avoiding the substance of the question, avoiding the substance of question, avoiding substance of question, avoiding the substance of question, avoiding the substance of question, right? Part and parcel of my life, part and parcel of my life. They are essential to me. She irately pivoted to recasting Trump as a successful billionaire. Well, from this article, I remembered many expressions like pulling levers and everything. This is good article. Pull the levers for Trump last year. Part and parcel of why voters chose to return him to the White House. Return him. Leavitt irately pivoted to recasting Trump's wealth as a positive while ignoring the substance of the question. An exhortation to buying American, right? Buying American. We should buy American, right? Well, we should buy Korean, right? extortion, not extortion, exhort, right?
exhort,
Exhort, exhort,
exhort,
exhort, urge strongly, advise earnestly, admonish, counsel, exhort,
exhort,
exhort, exhort. So we go back and look for the more meanings for exhort.
exhort,
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 to urge, advise, or caution earnestly, admonish earnestly, urgently, to give urgent advice, recommendations, or warnings, exhort, to urge or persuade someone earnestly, advise strongly, exhort, exhort, exhort. Well, that's it. Have a great TGIF.